The morning of August 24th, 79 AD, or so we long believed. On the Bay of Naples, the Roman town of Pompeii wakes to another ordinary day. Markets are opening, bread is baking, and 20,000 people have no idea that most of them are living their final hours. Above the town rises Mount Vesuvius, green to its summit, wrapped in vineyards and orchards. To the people of Pompeii, it is not a threat. It is a blessing. Its slopes grow some of the richest grapes in the empire. What no one understands is that Vesuvius is not really a mountain at all. It is a sleeping volcano, silent for nearly 1800 years. There is no word in their language for what it is about to do. There had been warnings. 17 years earlier, a violent earthquake shattered the town, toppling its temples and homes. The people simply rebuilt, grander than before, and the tremors that still came year after year, they learned to ignore. In the days before, the wells and springs ran dry. Animals grew restless, the ground shuddered more than usual, but Campania was a land that always trembled. No one ran. Why would they? This is the story of the last day of Pompeii, how a city of 20,000 was erased from the earth in less than a day, then preserved, frozen mid-breath for 17 centuries. To understand how it ended, we begin the moment the mountain woke. It begins just after midday. Deep underground, a plug of cooled rock sealing the volcano for centuries finally gives way. The release is instant, and it is catastrophic. A column of ash, pumice, and gas blasts into the sky faster than the speed of sound. In minutes, it climbs 9 miles, then 12. Finally, it punches almost 20 miles into the stratosphere. A black pillar that flattens at the top into a monstrous canopy. Across the bay, 18 miles away, a Roman admiral watches the cloud rise. His young nephew is with him and will one day write the only eyewitness account to survive. The boy compares its shape to a vast umbrella pine, a single trunk of ash blooming into branches at the top. In Pompeii, the sun goes out, the towering cloud drifts over the town and turns afternoon into night. And then, from the darkened sky, it begins to fall. Not rain, stone. Pellets of light volcanic pumice, warm to the touch, hissing as they strike the rooftops. At first, it is a curiosity. Within an hour, it is a relentless hail, piling in the streets ankle-deep, then knee-deep. Now comes the decision that will determine who lives and who dies. Some bar their doors and shelter inside, certain it will pass. Others tie pillows over their heads, snatch what they can carry, and run for the harbor. Those who leave in the first hours have a chance. The roads south and east lead away from the falling stone toward clearer air. Thousands escape into the countryside and are never counted among the dead. Those who stay make a fatal bet. The pumice keeps falling for hours. It buries the streets. It collapses roofs under its own weight. The town is being entombed from above, and the night has only begun. Back across the bay, the admiral does something extraordinary. He launches his warships, not away from the disaster, but toward it, to rescue the people trapped on the shore. It is history's first recorded rescue mission into an erupting volcano. But the sea itself turns against him. The water near the shore is choked with floating pumice and debris. He diverts south to Stabiae, to a friend's villa, and walks straight into the path of the cloud. By nightfall, there is no moon, no stars, no horizon. The darkness was not like a night without a moon, but like a sealed room with the lamp blown out. People stumble through the streets, holding torches that the falling ash keeps smothering. The ground convulses again and again. The sea is sucked back from the shore, then flung forward. Buildings already weakened by the weight of stone begin to fall, and still, most of those who remain believe morning will come. Sometime in the dead of night, the eruption changes. The great column, 19 miles high, can no longer hold itself up. It collapses, and that is the moment Pompeii's fate is sealed. What comes next is the deadliest force a volcano can unleash. A pyroclastic surge, an avalanche of superheated gas and ash hugging the ground, racing downhill faster than any person can run. And hot enough to kill in a single breath. The first surges strike Herculaneum, the town closer to the mountain. The heat is so extreme it kills instantly. It buries the town under 60 feet of rock. For centuries, it was assumed its people escaped. They did not. Centuries later, archaeologists open the arched boathouses on Herculaneum's old shoreline. Inside, they find hundreds of skeletons, families crowded together at the water's edge, waiting for rescue boats that never came. In Pompeii, the survivors have endured the longest night of their lives. As a grey dawn struggles to break, they may have believed the worst was over. It was not. The surges were coming for them too. Just after sunrise, a pyroclastic surge crests the city walls. In moments, it sweeps every street. The temperature spikes hundreds of degrees in an instant. There is no outrunning it, no sheltering from it. The city dies in seconds. The people of Pompeii die where they stand, in doorways, in their beds, shielding their children, clutching their keys and their coins. The surge buries them, and the ash sets around them like cement, holding the exact shape of their final moment. By the time the mountain falls silent, a full day after it woke, Pompeii is gone, buried under up to 20 feet of ash and stone. The coastline has moved. The landscape is unrecognizable. Where a city once stood, there is only a grey, smoking plain. At Stabiae, the Admiral Pliny never leaves. Overcome by the fumes, he collapses on the shore and dies, a scientist to the last, who sailed toward the thing that killed him in order to understand it. His nephew's letters will preserve this entire day for history. No one knows exactly how many died. Perhaps 2,000 in Pompeii alone. Most of the population had fled in time, but for those who waited, who trusted the mountain to spare them, there was no second chance. In time, the survivors stopped coming back. The grey plain greened over. New generations farmed the rich volcanic soil, never knowing an entire city slept beneath their feet. Pompeii didn't just die, it was forgotten. For more than 1,500 years, Pompeii lay sealed in the dark. Then, in the 1700s, workers digging a channel struck ancient walls and uncovered a city that had been waiting, perfectly preserved, the entire time. What they found was not ruins. It was a moment, frozen. Loaves of bread still in the ovens. Election slogans painted on the walls. Wine jars standing on the counters. An entire Roman day, interrupted and sealed beneath the ash. And then came the most haunting discovery of all. In the hardened ash were hollow spaces, voids left where bodies had decayed. An archaeologist poured liquid plaster into them. When it set, the void gave back its secret, the exact form of a person in their final instant. A mother curled around her child, a man sitting up, covering his face, a dog still chained in a doorway. 18 centuries later, their last moments are still here, held in stone. Because of that single day, we know more about ordinary Roman life than from anywhere else on Earth. The catastrophe that destroyed Pompeii is the very thing that saved it, and gave us a window into a world that should have vanished forever. Vesuvius is not dead. It is only sleeping again. Today, 3 million people live in its shadow, in the sprawl of modern Naples, closer to the crater than the people of Pompeii ever were. The mountain has erupted dozens of times since. It will erupt again. Vesuvius did not destroy Pompeii by surprise. The warnings were there all along, in the dry wells, the trembling ground, the ruins of an earlier quake. Pompeii died because it had forgotten it was living on a sleeping god. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. These stories take real work to research and build. If you want more, consider subscribing. This has been Cataclysm. I'll see you in the next one.